Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South Sinclair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield, drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo hotline to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo hotline.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey everybody, it's Todd Fox and Friends as we're back. It's Fox and Friends. It's Todd Fox along with James.
Good to be here, but man, was that game depressing.
Yes, and first off, apologies. We already called Ankit, who is one of the owners from Mezzo. It was a tough day today. I was stuck in Ontario. We were supposed to be live at Mezzo's today calling the game. Now, hindsight being what it is and what happened tonight, I'm not feeling bad that we weren't able to broadcast. I'm feeling bad we didn't hold up our end of the obligation.
Well, hindsight was 11-3 in favor of the Braves tonight. It was so bad. But yeah, what was it? We should have more appearances there at Mezzo and then maybe one at Noble. So plenty of opportunities to see everyone, hopefully.
Yeah, we're going to have at least 3 or 4 more opportunities before the end of the season. Like you said, one at Noble. We're going to have the autograph signing with Hoppy hopefully in September now. And then Soriano, depending on what happens with his injury. And then also we're definitely having
Ben Joyce
at the end of the month here on the 31st. So that's definitely in stone. So this is the only place where you can get real live Angels talk and express your frustrations instead of your your fandom. Because, I mean, dude, what's there to talk about tonight? You had Griffin Canning, who now falls to 4-11. We brought up earlier, or when we were talking, the fact that Griffin Canning had a very subpar April. A lot of people, including myself, were like, hey, I think we need to DFA his ass. We need to demote him, something, right? And then he turned it around, had a very nice May, did not get the results because we didn't score for him. Same thing almost in June. He got a couple wins here, a couple wins there, but he was losing a lot, like 3-2, 2-1 type games. And then July rolled around. He started strong in July. And it just seems like everyone's caught up to him late July into August. He looks just as bad as he did in April.
Yeah, Griffin Canning, like we were talking about earlier, I felt like they should have possibly moved on from him after last season. It just felt like the end of the road was here. If the Angels can't fix him, maybe someone else can. It feels like we could say that about 2 or 3 other starters in the rotation.
Yeah.
Like I said that about Sandoval. I said that now about Detmers. And he's pretty much unfixable in the Angels organization.
Looks like a head case at this point.
Mentally, he doesn't have it. Physically, he doesn't have it with his location. But you can say that about pretty much everyone in the rotation as well.
Yeah, they've had their issues no matter what. And then also, like, bringing up the news, Soriano, I went on another podcast the other day and said that I think they need to rest him, bring up more rookies because they've utilized him in so many different aspects and ways, got him stretched out. He threw the most innings that he's ever thrown. Then what happens tonight? He goes basically on the IL for now. Should just shut him down because he's got the right arm fatigue. Yeah.
And then that could be a list of things.
It could lead to something else
Yeah.
too. So if there is no damage in that arm, obviously he's an important cog for next year. Rest him. Just absolutely rest him. Soft toss him the rest of, for a month or two, and then have his off-season workouts, get him started there. The opposing pitcher tonight, Chris Sale, Dan Rios was hitting me up. He's like, I'm excited to see this guy. He's had a great year. You were excited to see this guy.
Oh yeah.
You were telling me you can't wait to see Chris Sale. You kind of wish you were there in person. I get it. And he didn't disappoint tonight. And you and Dan were saying, hey, he kind of pitches like Randy Johnson. He's got that herky-jerky delivery, the backdoor slider. I mean, what were your thoughts on Chris Sale tonight?
What were my thoughts? That sounds like Tommy Lasorda rant about Quinn Farquhar or whomever. But
Farquhar.
Chris Sale, as advertised, not on sale. He is full price. He's
This
amazing.
guy.
Now he goes to 14-3. He went 6 innings. He probably shouldn't have even gone out there for the 6th. They were already up 9-0. Only ran into trouble that last inning. Gave up the 2 runs and whatever. But he struck out 10 Angels. It looked pretty easy. I mean, all night. I know we'll talk about the batters, but he got a lot of people chasing with the backdoor slider. And what I think is a missing part of pitching from back then is getting batters out on high strikes, or they don't have to be strikes, but you throw it middle in and high, and it will get someone swinging on him. And he did that great to Ohapi tonight. Ohapi couldn't figure him out. Ward couldn't figure him out in both ways of the zone. This is why I think he should be the Cy Young Award winner. And if there's a Comeback Player of the Year award, I would give both awards to him. I just think Chris Sale is back, and it's a cool story. I thought he was dead pretty much his career in Boston, and he's found the fountain of youth, I think, with the Braves, and he's going to be an important piece however long he goes in a postseason game for the Braves if they make it. I cannot wait to see how he does. It's going to be great. And I did want to see Ronaldo Lopez as well, but we're going to miss him. Remember, he was an Angel last year.
Yeah.
And he's having a great season as well with the Braves. And remember, I don't think he was a starter last year with the Angels. The Braves have converted him to a starter, and he's been awesome for him. It's another thing is like, man, I wish I had Martin Perez. I wish I had Ronaldo Lopez.
Those coaches, yeah.
But they're off somewhere else doing well.
And the thing is, too, like with, was it Lopez you're talking about? He was a 7th inning, 8th inning guy for us last year for the 2 weeks that we had him. But no, I mean, he's a good pitcher, and the Braves know what to do. And what were we talking about? The other guy that we traded for, Iglesias, that we got back, the older.
Oh, Tucker Davidson.
No,
Jesse Chavez.
Yeah, Jesse Chavez I thought was out of the league, but he's back there pitching with the Braves. And guess what? You throw on that Braves logo and you're Jesse Chavez, you're batting 285, or you're pitching 285 ERA. You put on the Angel uniform, and you hear Gooby say, hey, he grew up in Orange County. He's always been an Angel fan. And then he has an ERA of like 7, and he can't get anybody out. So that's our magic right there. Twice an Angel and twice screwed us up the butt, and then he goes to Atlanta and just pitches like a freaking all-star. Doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter the glasses. He's just amazing. Jimmy Herget made an appearance tonight. Chris Sale, 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, 2 walks. One thing I pulled out of this game is Ohapi's lost. Well, a couple things. Ohapi's lost at the plate up there. Ward is still useless, although he had 2. I mean, look, how many times have we talked about this? And I'll bring this up. He makes a dumbass catch. I mean, he might as well caught that ball with his ears because they're that big. They're bigger than his glove. But look at what he does tonight. Again, I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, 2 for 5. This is what we would want from a guy who's trying to take over a spot from number 6 and number 27 as leader of the clubhouse, or a guy who's going to be putting up numbers to help this team get through their struggles. You know what erases those 2 hits? The 3 goddamn strikeouts where he's flailing at the ball.
Yeah, looking at his average now, only 239. It was up there, 250, 260. And I was talking to your dad about this earlier today, where it feels like, hey, April, May, those are his months.
Mm-hmm.
He has an injury or he has a hit by pitch or something like that, and he just or he gets injured and then he's just not the same the rest of the year. I think he's still stuck on like 15 home runs, 16,
He's got 16 home runs. Yeah.
He's still stuck there. By now he should have at least 30, and just frustrates, I think, everyone. When you mentioned he's supposed to, in a way, carry that torch for that left field position, and it just has not happened.
Yeah, and then you look at tonight's overall batting for the Angels. Only one guy didn't strike out, and that was Sean Will. He had 3 hits, 2 runs scored. Everyone else had at least 1 K. He had 15 strikeouts. I believe earlier this year, didn't they have 18 or 19 in a game?
Feels like that.
Yeah, so I mean, this team, again, right when you think that they've learned their lesson from last year and their overall, I think last year was the worst strikeouts for a team, for an Angels team, under Marcus Thames. This year they've improved a bit, but they will give you games in double digits a lot. And usually when they're under double digits, they do a better job of scoring. But not too much tonight. They went 1 for 7 again. Teams will run. Can you look up, by the way? I want to make sure we know what position actually the Angels are with runners in scoring position team leaders this year.
Wow. I had to mention as well, Jimmy Herget had those 5 strikeouts in mop-up duty. And I just think that was amazing. And it's just another Angel to come back. I know he did give up a run, but still, it's one of those things that you hate. Former Angels come in here and doing well. You said runners in scoring position.
Yeah, give me because look at Hergy right here. 2 innings pitched. It looks weird. 1 run, 4 hits in those 2 innings. But like you said, he had 5 strikeouts.
And did you notice it was all the backdoor pitches, like us curveballs? Excuse me, the curveballs for Jimmy Herget. Ward was chasing it. I think probably Jack Lopez, Stefanik chased it.
Yeah,
there was just too much chasing going on. It was really, really bad.
They were too aggressive tonight, in which the Angels are mostly always too aggressive. And by the way, so our player of the game is going to be different. But if you talk to Bally's, which we mentioned Bally's, and you have to do this. They're what?
I think they're 23rd in runners in scoring position.
They must have moved up, although they went 0 for 53, because last time I had checked them, they were like 28th. But I will say this. Bally's, with their love affair of anything that'll distract you from the game, as soon as Wayne's like, hey, is that a Jerry Seinfeld thing? They start playing the off-brand Seinfeld music. The non-copyrighted one.
I did notice that.
and then he had Gooby going, that's Kramer. Kramer in that show, when I was still pitching in the league for the Kansas City Royals. That show was one of the famous shows on NBC right there. I love Kramer, and he's making a comeback. And that's hilarious. He's on the shirt of the umpire. That's a player of the game right there.
Man, I did notice that right away. It would have been funnier if the Angels were leading.
I don't even think. I think they mention it, but it's not a thing. You know what I mean? And like you said, instead of talking, a strategy, like automatically when you're down, you're getting blown out, and Ron Washington's heading to the mound again. You hear, hey, let's take a ride in a Honda. Hey,
let's go to Jack and Box.
Yeah. Let's see what Jack's talking about.
Yeah,
it's like, bro. Again, I know you want to make money. Throw in an extra commercial in your set between innings. But I watch games. Excuse me if I'm old school. Excuse me if I'm get off my lawn guy again. And I'm thinking you're the same way. If I'm watching a game, I want to hear it doesn't have to be Vince Scully or any of these old school announcers, but I want to hear, hey, why is the manager going out there? What is he, even if you have to make shit up and pretend that half your audience doesn't know what happens when a coach goes out there. Explain it. Talk about the strategy behind it. Talk about who's in the bullpen. Talk about how they want to attack the next batter, right? There's many things to talk about. Instead, what does Bally's do besides playing their famous song? They jump into or this.
Everyone gets to customize their munchie meal, but I'm giving you your very own.
I've been known to get the munchies from time to time.
And your own intern, Mitch.
What up, Miach?
Oh, Miach is what my grandma calls me.
And see, here's the other thing, James. How many mother effing Deos did you hear tonight?
How many did you count?
I lost count like after 15 or 16, but
Sheesh.
again, just like the Rally Monkey, I don't think a Deo should be played after a certain point because you're losing 9-0 and you're hearing.
You should have to earn the Deos. And let me mention this about the mound visits. Okay, I know people have to get their money and the advertising in and all that.
Correct.
I think if the game was closer, I think there should be talk about strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think since it was 9-0, 9-2, whatever it was, whenever these. By the way, I think they made a dirt path to the mound from the Angel dugout. Him, Aaron Wright, and Wash today.
The cleats tore up the grass. Yeah,
but don't step on the line because that's superstitious.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I think if the game was closer, then I think that we would have more strategy about it. Gooby would, turn down the excitement and get serious for once.
He'd be like, "Hey, if I was pitching for the Royals right here, this is what I would do."
He'd give a flashback to, if he was facing somebody like Cecil Fielder.
Yeah.
This is how I would approach Matt Olson. I did this against Cecil Fielder and whatever. But yeah, it's only launch angle excites him, it seems like.
And you know what I think you noticed because you haven't really watched. You were explaining to me when we were watching the game that you haven't really seen too many of the Angels home games. And when Loreno hit that, or like the home telecast, but when Loreno hit the home run, you're like, wait a minute, they're showing the launch angle and the exit velocity for the road team.
I hate that. And I would hear what I normally do when I get home from work on a weekday game. I'll have the Bally feed or Bally television on, but turn on the radio feed. So I never hear any of the stupidity or the flashbacks from last night, or anything like that. So yeah, I do give props though to, at least telling it like it is, even though it's the road team, but it's too much when you're down, 9-0 like that. I just don't like that.
And last night's game, again, we only scored 3 runs, just like we did tonight. And when the pitching can't come through, you get what happened tonight. And this is 2 games where Matt Olson's been a non-factor, and you've Ozuna's come through, but you've had multiple guys just being a non-factor, and they still blow us out tonight. And they still hold us in check, and you still get a bunch of this. And whenever the Angels strike out,
oh shit, here we go again.
So,
I just hated the fact that they were just reaching out for those pitches. It was just embarrassing up there. The strategy was all gone from, trying to lay off those curveballs or breaking balls, and it was way outside sometimes. It was really, really bad. You also mentioned, I think, about Olson. It's fortunate that he hasn't broke out. Maybe tomorrow during the day game.
It's going to fly out, yeah.
But this just reminds me of the Blue Jay series, honestly. It's the same damn thing for this homestand.
Except they got to win. And
oh, yeah. But tonight, I guess tonight felt like the whole series against Toronto.
And I was just thinking, because they go to Kansas City after this, right?
And Kansas City, by the way, and maybe I'll review the series against the Royals Unsquared, but they're a fighting team, and they do it with power, they do it with speed, they do it with hitting. They have a great rotation, a solid bullpen.
Pretty balanced.
It's almost like they're better than the Atlanta Braves. So I'm not looking forward to that series, but mostly, oh God, I just thought about it. We're going to have Gooby going back to Kansas City, and there's going to be a plethora of flashbacks.
That's why I was bringing that up.
It's a 4-game series, right?
Yes.
Oh, me. Oh,
and Wayne's going to be like, hey, you happened to pitch here in Kansas City at one point in your career, right? Hey, more than one point in my career. Did you know that I'm a World Series champion? And by the way, do you see that number over there? That's my number. And it's been retired because I'm in the Royals Hall of Fame.
I don't think his number's been retired because Greinke wore it for Kansas City, right? He's in the Royals Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's in the Royals Hall of Fame.
Where they don't retire.
But he'll still say, hey, look at that number. That's mine.
I'm kind of...
He'll take credit.
I guess I'm not surprised that his number or he's in the he's in the Royals Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, there's a 23, the better 23. Zach Greinke was there, started, and he came back. But I didn't realize this is going to be 4 games of that. And all the flashbacks are going to be there. It's going to be too much.
How many times are we going to see him with the mullet?
All 4 games, probably twice a game. So what was that? 8 times?
Yeah, he might wear a Todd Fox wig, to support the mullet. You never know. So yeah, there's one wig right there. I wore that one time, and someone came on the comments and was like, "Damn, Todd, that's what you look like without a hat on." Them all. Yeah. Yeah, that's how.
I look like a waitress in the 50s.
No, I was gonna say you look like a Karen right now. You could tell me to leave.
Can you get me the manager, please? Marsha, eat your heart out.
She'll eat something out. That's just
Hey, pal.
Hey, buddy.
I can't wait for that.
Please,
hope Marsha call in.
I hope he or she calls in tonight.
Them, they, them.
They, them, yeah. Well, let's get into the awards tonight. In an 11-3 loss. That's always fun to do. Man. So let's start off with the John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field. Since you're the guest tonight, my producer to the star, James, why don't you give us your winner for the Golden Stamos Award?
It's got to be Chris Sale with the 10 strikeouts, the 2 runs only given up. Excuse me, the 2 walks, but he gave up 6 hits and 6 innings of work. For the first 5 innings, total shutdown mode. He was tremendous. You just got to give it up to him. Again, 14 wins on the season now, 14-3. Nobody had that. I think only the people in the Atlanta organization said, I think we could fix him. He can, again, find that fountain of youth, and he did that tonight. He made, again, I'll say that nauseum, he made those batters look foolish from the right side of the box. I mean, everybody was either chasing outside or swinging up and missing on the fastballs that he still get up to 96. It's amazing to see. So yeah, that breaking ball outside and the fastballs up and in and getting people out for power. I mean, he showed it all tonight. So that's why I think he deserves that award of I almost said Chris Stamos, but John Stamos.
Yeah, and if he's locating the pitches like that, dude, he's going to be difficult to see in the postseason.
It's a masterclass.
Exactly. Now, off to the award we don't like giving out, but I have a feeling it's going to an Angel.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos. Ow.
Ow. Yes, and tonight, again, just like last night, there's multiple Angels you can give this award to. You can give it to Taylor Ward for sucking it up and getting a hat trick. You can give it to O'Hoppe, who continues to struggle. 3 more strikeouts, hat trick for him. 2 hat tricks in the lineup tonight. But Griffin Canning said, hold my beer, please. 4 1/3, 7 runs on 8 hits, all earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs allowed. Petridge Farms remembers when he was good.
Only 57 strikes with 94 pitches overall. That's not going to make it happen. And you got to remember, too, that he gave up 5 runs legit, and then he had 2 runners on.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally you closed the book on him, thank God. And now he goes to 4-11. And it's just like, again, it feels like a thing where, hey, he's never going to get it here. He's never going to find it here. Injuries derailed him. He's a great fielder, whatever the case is, Gold Glover. But it's just about the locations. I mean, he got hit up right away. 3 in the first, 1 in the second. And again, that strike and ball ratio is pretty bad. You needed someone to go 6 innings because of how much the bullpen was taxed yesterday. And then you saw today with Bauman, Cisnero, and Krause all coming in who didn't come in last night. You kind of wish that Canning would have gone at least 6 instead of 4 1/3. but
Yeah.
he couldn't even do that tonight.
Nah, he was hit around tonight. So
Honorable mention, probably Zach Nettle for that throw, his 11th error. That was just a wild throw over Shanuel for 2 more runs later on.
yeah, it wasn't a good throw. It was also Cisnero lucky it wasn't head level. That would have pegged him in the head because he wasn't paying attention. So there's that award. Now we're gonna stick with a Golden Dong, I think, to the next series, and then we should have a new award. And technically, the Golden Dong is still there because
In the organization?
yeah, he accepted the role to AAA Salt Lake, so he's still around. So without further ado, let's see who was the stiffest competition on the field, the hardest hitter or hardest pitcher to face.
It's a big Calhoun, the Golden Dome, for the player who stood out all day long. Stiffest competition on the field, halos in the infield, who's finna be revealed?
Hey, it's time for the Golden Dong, and James is going to announce the winner of the Golden Dong.
Amasuna from the Brace. You know, that DUI video that he had in
Yes.
2020. Yeah, 3 hits tonight, 3 for 3. He also scored 3 runs. He had a home run, by the way, and also he drew a walk, and he's hitting 307. It's a rarity to see someone on the Braves hit 300. But damn it, he's done it. And also he got to not play the whole game too, which is cool. So yeah, Osuna from the Brace deserves the DUI and the Golden Dong today. And by the way, the women of Salt Lake
Wow.
Salt Lake City should react because the dong is coming their way.
Oh,
all those wives in Mormon land, get ready, react to me. They are going on. They're going to see the dong whether they like it or not.
Oh yeah, that conservative city is gonna be in Bonerville. So let's again. They lost from starting pitch to finale. They never held the lead in this one, so that deserves.
I will be strong. I will be faithful. 'Cause I'm counting on a new beginning, a reason for living, a deeper meaning. And I wanna stand with you on a mountain, and I wanna bathe with you in the sea, and I wanna lay like this forever until the sky falls down on me.
You know, it's not even like a joke anymore. Like it's just, and it's I don't even know how to call it. I don't even know what to say about it. I don't know what to think about it. It's just the inevitable, and when it happens, you're just like, and you know what I mean? Like I don't know because we've gone through all the emotions, but that at the end of that video, like you pointed out during the video, you said that's the perfect way to end it with Rendon falling down, getting hurt. He's hurt again. Missed another game tonight. I mean, when he does play, it's unexpected. I've never, ever, ever in any sport seen an athlete more allergic to his or her field.
Kawhi Leonard for the Clippers.
Yeah,
Would be
but
one.
okay, that's a good player to put there, or I mean,
And both are champions too, by the way. But they're like, hey, I don't want to play. I'm good tonight.
yeah, I know Kawhi has a bit of that Rendon in him, but at least he'll play somewhat during the regular season. I know he disappears in the playoffs, but I don't know of a worse contract. Now you could say, okay, there's a rookie contract. Maybe your Clippers a little candy. You could think about some football players that signed a huge contract.
Albert
disappeared.
Ainsworth.
Yeah, you could say stuff like that, but I don't see it. Number 6 is in a total another league by himself.
I'm trying to think of other. Yeah, I think Juan Carlos Stanton would be in that list, but he actually plays, but he's injured. But at least he's out there trying. I remember last year the Yankee fans were getting on him because he had the hamstring issue, but he was rounding third, running home, very slow, and he got thrown out. But at least he's out there trying.
Yeah.
And in that market, you're going to get criticized so much. Shoot, I can't think of anybody else really based on injuries and not caring. There's other guys that just based on just injuries and performance that'll happen. But it just seems like with number 6, it's just like, oh, I'll play when I want, and I'll be good to go to the golf course, but I won't play.
Yeah,
I won't play baseball tonight.
Yeah, I won't even swing. I'll just ride along in the golf course. So let's get to some comments. And we have a new leader in the clubhouse. Sebastian checks in. He goes, I'll be your bastard tonight. And he takes credit where Mateo always usually takes credit.
It's o'clock, Angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter the score. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more.
Checking in with happy Saturday, everybody. One Jets Pod says baseball season's still going on. Yes, it is. Balls, and oh no, we suck again. Because again, for anyone sticking through this, you have more balls than us.
For you to check out what I want. I want balls and balls and.
Oh no! We suck again!
Joshua says, good thing I turned the game off in the second inning. And then Mateo says what Gooby says in that one stupid car commercial. Goes, hey, that's my line.
Oh, Rotolo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tyler says Herget coming in, clapping our cheeks with those 70 miles per hour.
That pisses me off. Whenever a former Angel comes in and that one that looks like a geek and you could take his lunch money, that hurts.
Mm-hmm. Tyler says also, hi, James.
Hi, Tyler.
Marty says DFA Canning's ass, smirking after he got smoked with a 3-run bomb in the first.
And I think you're the one who mentioned that whenever Wash would come take him out, he would always have an attitude about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're the one who mentioned it, and it always seems like that happens.
Tyler says, I was waiting for the Mezzo live show. Y'all buttercut me. That was my fault. I was stuck, so I apologize for that, and I had to apologize to the owner too. John says, oh, let's go Braves. Marty says, can we get an autograph session with Marcia? She can sign Grill's dog.
We got to make that happen.
I'm telling you, I'm getting pissed off. If this team doesn't get better in the offseason, I will flip shit. Well,
it could happen.
Get ready to flip shit. Mateo also says, anyone see the spider behind it? No, don't start that. Matthew McWilliams is happy tonight. His Braves won. How many Deos tonight? There had to have been 20, right?
That seems like the norm now.
Yeah, I mean they were running out of things to play. They didn't have anything else to do but this. And you still had the Angels fans going, Halo!
Ugh.
Shut up.
If I had a thing of popcorn, I'm throwing it at him.
Mm-hmm. Also, John says Sale was dealing tonight's son.
Wholesale.
Oh, God. Drove to Mezzo's today. Not sure what disappointed me more, not catching up with the boys. Oh, you were there?
Oh, no.
Oh, dude. Only kidding. Oh, okay, good.
Oh.
I was going to say, Marty, I would have been mad because Marty has been wanting to hang out for a while, and we keep missing each other. And I was like, dude, the one time he comes out, Chris Sell has never lost to the Angels.
Well, you can see why.
Yeah, exactly. Sell got win number 187 versus the Angels tonight.
Murder was the case.
There you go. One Jet Spot says, did I say we would lose tonight? We'll lose tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm totally believing you right now. Also, right, Tyler Canning, unreal reaction. Tyler says Ozuna out there playing Pepper on her ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Ward show just how elite he is at fielding with an RC catch with his leg entirely missing the glove.
That was just lucky.
By the way, we were talking about that. Was that really necessary to slide 10 feet away from the ball?
You mentioned that right away. It's like when you play the show and you press the down, was it the down toggle button?
Yeah, the left toggle button.
And you dive and you miss the ball completely. That's what it felt like. He got so lucky on that.
Oh, he sure did. Put on the Halos uniform, and if it's an era of 85.2, oh jeez, and then or ERA of 85.2.
I got you.
Hell, the dong is gone. Glad to never see you again.
There's always a time.
That was the last time tonight, Angels Grandma, I promise. Matthew Williams says, was there more Deos or the announcers talking about the umpire with a Kramer shirt? Oh,
Man, that was if the Angels were winning, I'd be laughing a little more. I only laughed once at that, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, they were on that for sure.
Wayne just loves himself some Seinfeld.
Oh, he does. Time to play the Thighs to the end of the year, not because he's any better, but I would just love to see dude high on weed playing baseball. He's like, dude, I got to play every day. Come on. Nevin! It's Ron Washington. Nevin! Tyler says, hey, check out Kramer. Hey, Royals. Hey.
My God. Next week is going to be unbearable. A sweep by the way of the Royals.
He's going to be like, hey, Wayne, remember when Kramer was at the Angel Stadium? Boy, I'd love to see him here because, hey, do you know that show was on while I pitched?
I would love to have Keith Hernandez as the everyday guy, but he's with the Mets.
Yes. Watch 40-year-old Mortensen or whatever his name carve up the Angels.
Oh, Charlie Morton tomorrow. Yeah, the 40-year-old going against the 24-year-old Jack Kahonowitz. What was it? I read Morton, it's going to be his 376th game. Meanwhile, for Kahonowitz, it will be his 5th. So you got disparity there, definitely.
I will say this. I wanted Charlie Morton a few years ago, like Houston. Charlie, he was good, and he still is decent, even though he's 40. But dude, he's always been a good pitcher.
By the way, I mentioned when he was in Pittsburgh, he changed his pitching motion to Roy Halladay's, and ever since then, he's been really great. It's one of those things where a little adjustment can go a long way.
Oh yeah. Mateo says Brandon Drury steps into the box, listens. Let's listen to a word from Honda.
and the at-bat is over.
Yeah.
There we go.
One Jet Spot says Todd gets season tickets because he's a diehard fan of Christmas. And oh, you best believe it. I'll be jiggling my balls that are jingles, whatever. Jingle balls come Christmas in June. Shut up, Randy. Take a shot every time we hear Deo. You die of alcohol poisoning. Walsh out to Canning in the 5th inning. Hey man, that's the Deo count. 10 okay, man. Thanks. And by the way, stop throwing shit. Tyler says Gooby said he falls asleep every night to Seinfeld or Friends. More proof he's a psychotic.
He's the only one that watches Nick at Night then and just leaves the TV on.
You know what? He was probably one of those that before they said that I Love Lucy was racist, and they took it off TV land because they were like, she's being racist. That's comedy back in the day.
What it was back then. It has nothing to do with now.
Yeah, but apparently what she said in the late 50s.
Weren't they all black and white back then?
It was black and white, yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay. Get it?
Besides, didn't Desi Arnaz create that show? Or at least he was a producer?
I'm going to say so. Lucy.
One Jet Spot says, Casey going to sweep us.
And how?
Loreno always bashes the Angels offensively and defensively. Seems like he's got roid rage out. Yeah, I don't know what we said about his mom, R. Martinez, but whatever it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew says, is it just me or you guys would like to see all the crazy bats and cleats all year long and just donate them for charity?
There's a reason it's only done one weekend. Just like the NFL, it's only one weekend or one game or whatever. You just want to see people in their regular stuff.
Oh, yeah. You want to read some of these?
Yeah. We are just 32 guys short of having a World Series team.
We're so close, Jack Lee. So close.
Mateo says, and the ball game is over. The Braves take game 2 against the Angels by a score of 11-3 alongside Mark Gubicza. Yikes. And Erica Weston. Yee. You're Mateo Carlini saying so long from Anaheim.
By the way, did you see that commercial with Erica Weston?
I never seen it before, and I seen it today, and I wasn't focused on anything but, right here.
I had my eye on her, if you know what I mean, and I wanted to hear the eye go, hey.
and I missed the jingle. It was like, what was it? By the 5, where the 405, where the 5 meets the 405 at
the big something or other.
Irvine Center Drive. So I missed my jingle. One Jets pod mentions, why did Wayne all of a sudden start talking like Trent Rush. I think he was excited from the Seinfeld talk and he got a boner.
Probably.
Hanky Panky Cards. I love that, by the way. Is Six going to hit a home run this season or no?
I bet against that big time.
I'm with you.
Take the under.
Chubb says, actually tried a Kettle One botanical spritz yesterday. Tried the cucumber and mint one. Pretty good. Just overpriced for a drink with the same APV of a Curls Light.
Hey, it has no carbs, Chubbs. Don't knock it, but you tried it.
By the way, I think you have a picture of Tim Lynchegum with the Angel jersey. Lynchegum on your what do you call it?
Yeah, that is Tim Lincecum. Yeah. Good pull right there.
I wanted to try it, and maybe I'll try that one, but I don't want to try it at a game where I have to pay so much. Dan Rio says, you were close with the 4 hits. Nolan had 2 off a sale.
Yeah, I think they got 5, right?
Yeah.
5 off a sale, yeah.
Tyler says, James giving Tommy Boy vibes with that wig. Well, who would that be? Does
Tommy Boy the movie?
No. Is it Chris Farley?
Yes,
doing
Chris Farley. No, remember when his when he was doing the impression of
in the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like doing a dirty dance with David Spade. Oh,
or when David Spade's hair goes up. Remember?
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was confused. Which one? One Jet says, James already said that joke, Matt. You joke thief.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was. J Dog says, and shout out to J Dog last night. That Whit Merrifield home run was so Angels. Yeah, to hit that part that never gets hit above that white yellow square, and everybody was so confused, but we saw it right away. And it's just one of those things where other teams come in and hit the spots the Angels don't. They really don't know what the hell's going on. And
I'll tell you, I've watched many baseball games, and just like Gooby, I've never seen it go off of that before. I've never seen that either.
I've never seen the Ward catch.
I've never seen the yellow marker there. I mean, that's probably been there for years. And where are you going to look at a little square right there? But hey, it was there for a reason, and that's the first time it's ever needed to be looked at. So yeah.
Mateo mentions first pitch to Liriano. It's a high and deep drive to right field, and it's a 9-0 Braves lead. It's been that type of night for the Angels. But hey.
Yeah.
Randy mentions Ron Washington is definitely retiring. Mark my words. He is not putting up with another season of this BS. And to have this against his former team.
Oh yeah.
Everybody still loves him on that other side. I bet it was a great reunion on Friday. And just some ancient feelings happening there.
Mm-hmm. When Brandon Drury raises his average to 163, there's a problem.
Single in the 8th inning or whatever it was.
Yep.
Jetspot says, and it's been so long, even Pepperidge Farms starting to get senile.
That is true.
J Dog mentions Griffin, quote, human batting practice canning. I believe he has talent, but the Angels pitching coaches are so bad that they can't find the flaw in his mechanics. And there's been so much change with the pitching coaches. What has it been with him? Matt Wise. Now you have who's the guy?
Barry Enright.
Barry Enright. Before that, I forget if he was here when Butcher was here.
Mike Butcher? No,
it was the one right after that.
Yeah.
But remember, it was supposed to be Mickey Callaway, but they found some
Dick
stuff
Pick
on him.
Mick.
That's what it was. I always remember that.
He was like Brett Favre. Hey, you want to see my penis?
Dan Rio says Detroit is coming. Detmers is coming back up. Oh, really? Okay. So maybe after one win, they think he's ready, which he probably isn't. Grill says Neto can't throw, DFA for a Neto. And we had some Neto hate yesterday, which I found to be kind of
pretty crazy.
Weird.
Yep.
J Dog says Jet says that's right, play that classic.
That was for the big Calhoun.
And J Dog says the dong lives on in AAA, but still, J Dog also mentions I knew when Asuna hit the DUI out of that baseball for a 3-run home run, I knew the game was over. There you go. Dan Real says, show James that picture of Samuels I sent you.
Oh yeah, I
can't remember it.
No,
you
he
didn't
sent
show
it to
me.
me. Yeah, I'll show it to you when I get a chance here.
Grill says, I want that man, says a Mormon woman, or women, I should say.
No, I don't know about that.
Grill also says, remember we won last night? I miss those days.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, apparently.
J-Dog says, number 6 is in a whole league by himself. One where he doesn't have to play. His favorite. And also Tyler M says, number 6 had a setback on his transition surgery journey.
You know what? Number 6 is that guy that, when you're playing baseball with the other kids and you're like, hey, we just need one more to play with us. Hey, you want to come over here and play? And he's like, nah, I'm good. Are you sure? You look like you can play. Nah, I don't want to. I'd rather play with my toy Tonka truck right here or something,
I can see that. R. Martinez says, hey, Todd, you are always laser sharp focused when it comes to Angels happenings with our announcers' lack of depth and avoidance for talking Angel baseball strategy.
Yeah, I mean, because it's clear. I'm used to watching even the most mediocre announcers be like, okay, well, we have Tom Candiotti up here. He's a knuckleball pitcher. Cecil Fielder crushes the ball. They might want to go with somebody else right here, blah, blah, blah. Anything. Give me something. Like I want to be entertained. Jack in the Box is not entertaining me, okay? If you're waiting for Jack in the Box, you have a problem. If you're need to see a depressing commercial or a Honda commercial, you can wait till the inning is over. I don't understand. Again, if these games are as long as they were before, where you had multiple pitchers, being yanked after one batter, if you had no pitch clock, if you had all these other things that they've gone away from to speed up the game and make it faster, then yes, throw in a commercial here and there because the innings sometimes take 20, 30 minutes. But when they're flying by like that, you can't afford to wait till the goddamn inning is over before you play a commercial. That chaps my ass.
And you mentioned tonight where when the Angels, grounded out into a double play, they quickly came back with something positive about like, hey, Mark Gubazar was saying, hey, check out Logan O'Hoppe against breaking balls and how many home runs he has. I think you hate that part too.
Oh yeah.
Jetspots mentioned, I got a guy on my baseball team hurt, not caring. While in football, I have a 40-year-old quarterback trying his damn hardest to come back. Same season from a torn Achilles. Rendon is a pussy.
He is big time. I cannot disagree with that.
Grill says balls, and
time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Mateo says, Todd and James, what's the Vegas odds Ohtani hits a home run against us? I don't know about betting, but I think he hits a home run in each game. So what would that be?
I think it's 100%. I think it is as good as the Angels playing this at least one time at an Angel-Dodger game. It's bound to happen. It is bound to happen.
Mateo says, I took a nap and woke up in the 6th inning and saw it was 9-0, but did you go back to sleep?
Yeah, should have went back to sleep.
J-Dog says, oh no, Todd, you gave me PTSD from the Gooby Toyota commercial. I wish I had forgotten it. Hey, that's my line.
Yeah. Hey, that's my line.
That is cringe when I hear that on the radio sometimes. From X, Angel Theorist. I like Taylor Ward. He got the out. Glove, leg. Who cares at this point? Washington probably taught him during their practice skills, but not to dive that early, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, he dove like it was one of those bad Japanese, karate movies where they're like, or he's like, and he's like sliding across the floor. That's what it looked like. I almost thought he was going to try catching it with his ears, to be honest with you, because his ears are that big and
Dumbo.
wide. Oh, yeah.
Marty says, boys, has Gooby ever had a walk-on part in a show? I'm sure he would have let us know by now.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-oh.
Balls, and Jingle All the Way. I love that movie. Grill says, up steps Anthony Rendon. As the first pitch comes in, let's hear it from Jack in the Box. Wayne Randazzo. Saucy James, shout out to you. Canning trying to preserve his American League lead in most earned runs. That's right. He does have that.
He's doing a wonderful job.
Saucy also mentions, it feels like last year at this time, Like the wheels are completely coming off, 100 losses are still possible. And a reminder, the 1980 Angels had 95 losses. That's the most, I think, in franchise history. So
Can we top that?
I think now, yeah.
It's something to shoot for. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, when a season long lost, I mean, this is, again, you're trying to empty a boat that is got multiple holes and the water is filling up. I mean, at this point, yeah, there's no way to stop the leakage.
Flex seal.
Yeah. So, I mean, the only team that's making you look worse right now is the White Sox.
And by the way, in September, they play each other 6 times. So that's going to, and again, they're 30 and 94, I think. And
They have a chance to hit 100 before September.
and by the way, they were eliminated tonight, and it's the earliest anyone has ever been eliminated tonight. R. Martinez mentions, Todd, do you recall Nevins last year as manager during the season? The Angels' third base coach, Butterfield, I think was his name, or someone like that, left in the middle of the game, but no one reported on why he left. He ran out of butter. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
I do remember something about that, but I just remember Butterworth or whatever the hell, Butterfield, for getting so many Angels thrown out at home.
I forgot the words, Grill, and thank you. So where the 5 meets the 405 at Lake Forest Drive, Irvine Auto Center. That's what I was trying to quote and what Erica Weston did the commercial.
I think the eye finished off the last part of that song. That's what it was.
Jetspot says, damn, even Gooby sounds like Trent Rush.
He does.
Saucy says, is Soriano going to have his third Tommy John surgery? If so, that's basically the end. Just a slow slide down. And I forgot all about that. And remember, they were trying to force him to be a starter. Now it just seems like, hey, maybe we pushed too hard.
They did push too hard. And he has good stuff, but they might have ruined him.
Love him, but...
Yep.
J-Dog mentions Gooby interviewed Pilar on the Angels pregame, and all he wanted to talk about was, hey, Chaminade High School. Hey, I coached you. Hey. Or did he?
He did. He's all, hey, you didn't hit that good when I had you at my high school. Hey.
Still diving for everything.
I remember there was a show on Fox Sports Radio at night. It was Martinez from not R. Martinez, but it was another R. Martinez used to do Dodger Talk, and then Gooby came on. And they started a radio. It was like the baseball show. It was right after the Angels won the World Series. So it was like 2003. And they would do like a baseball nightly show. They would focus in on the Dodgers and Angels first, and then they would get around the league. And I liked the radio show. It was pretty cool. It came on like at 11 or midnight, something like that. It was a 2-hour show. Pretty good baseball show. But even back then, Gooby was still coaching Chaminade. And so the Martinez guy would be like, so hey, a busy day for you, Gooby, tonight. You guys played, right? Did you guys win? Hey, the guys gave it their all tonight. We just didn't get there. We're trying to get back to the CIFs, but I have a feeling there's these guys that I have on the team, and I remember him say, I have this guy named Pilar. I think he's going to make the majors. So that was back in the day when he was projecting. He was very smart into it. When he would talk about a guy struggling, he would lay into him, tell him what he had to do. He's nowhere close to that in the last couple of years.
I gotta find that. Chubbs mentions, I miss Marsha. Maybe she's chasing down Big 20 in the Outback right now.
Well, yesterday it was Bodie. Bodie's trying to find him. Yeah, he's trying to preserve the Big 20 and help him mate, because his creature, the Big 20, is without mating, it will go extinct. So they're trying to help him out right now. But the real thing I think is Big 20 can't do that international calling. He's down there and his mom's like, and he probably gets a call warning, because I think it happened last time he was like in Hawaii. He tried to call the Skype and it was like going to be a stupid charge. So he didn't want to call.
Wonder how much. Mateo corrects me, says Charles Nagy. I forgot all about him with Awesomeness, right?
Yeah, Brad Osmond.
There we go. Anthony Jimenez mentions, didn't realize the Mezzo live show was canceled. Stopped on my way to the game. Hope to make the next one and hang out and meet you all.
Sorry, Anthony. We had all kinds of issues tonight.
Mateo says, James and Todd, did you see the clip of the play I sent you? I will see that tonight.
Yeah, I
passed out last night.
Yeah, he was tired.
Chubb said, Herget looks like he can't be within 500 feet of the school with that stat.
That might be true, actually.
J-Dog mentions no announcing, only Deadpool versus Wolverine Jack in the Box commercials. Oh, God. Matthew says, when Angels are losing, they should show those adopt a dog commercials with those sad songs playing in the arms of an angel.
We did have that a couple seasons ago. It's like, all right, man, high five and 3-0, and then in the arms of an angel.
Poor dogs.
And the dog has like these crying eyes, and they're all like missing a leg and stuff. And we're all like, hey, change the motherfucking channel, dude.
I'm hungry.
So I'll donate, please. It's like, fuck.
Cap, glad to see a second motion on the DFA for Neto. Oh my goodness. Need a real shortstop and no more excuses for these professional athletes. Don't lower your expectations. He's going for perfection.
I will say this, Kappa, and I get it. You're a real Angels fan. It's great. And we're not going back and forth. We're not telling you have a shit, what is it called? Take or nothing. But I will say this. Shortstop right now, although you don't like him, although he's made some errors, he's on that learning curve. I get all that. He is. You gotta stay with the positives. He's got, and we're not sounding like AIM 830, but he's one of the lead team leaders in home runs and RBIs, and the batting average has been strong lately. And the fact that he's probably one of your least positioned players you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, and between him and I know Hoppy's been struggling, but he's not going to stay struggling like this. You got to think for right now, you got a first baseman, you got a shortstop, and you got a catcher for the long term.
He's the future.
Yeah, the rest of the team, if you want to talk about a left fielder, right fielder, center fielder, and third base and so on, by all means. But I think my opinion, tone it down on Neto a little bit, because I think Neto, like you said, future of the team. I think he's only going to get better. I think all these other guys are going to get better too. But right now, we got way bigger problems.
Thank you. Todd said the right thing. Tyler says, I wonder how much Fletcher bets on Ohtani hitting a home run on us.
Well, he goes to Ripe first.
Where is he pitching? I forget.
Atlanta.
Was it the Braves minor league team? Mm-hmm. One Jets pod since mentioned at Dodger Stadium, do they play Vato? J-Dog mentions there's also the Irvine Auto Center Michael Lorenzen commercial. I did not see
I didn't
that.
know about that one either.
Marty says, if we beat the Dodgers at home, that's our World Series for the year. I pray Ohtani does not hit a home run that series. He will.
Oh, yeah, he more than likely will.
Dan mentions Trent Rush did a whole bit for Seinfeld when George met Jeter.
Oh, God. Talk about cringe.
Mateo mentions after. Oh yeah, J-Dog mentions after review the call on the field stands. Now word from Jack in the Box.
Hey, we spent too much time on this.
Theorist mentions what ruined players. What we were talking about earlier. Yeah. I'll let you do that one.
Oh yeah, Mateo says Theis is like, dude, Nevin, I can play every day. It's Ron Washington. Nevin. That's how it goes.
Mateo says our whole focus is going to be to run the West. I'll let you do his voice.
Our whole focus this year is we're going to run down the West, and you can take that to the bank and deposit it. That check bounced, bro. A long time ago.
Yeah. Randy says no more Big 20s. Probably a good thing. More professional, I guess. I don't know. We get sick of waiting for the big, thing to drop and just not happening. Marty said it's almost like already selling the team. Marty mentions he could call on WhatsApp for free, but Big 20 lucky he knows how to even do that.
Well, see, that's what you talked about the other day. Like when you say, "Oh, I love when you talk to Big 20 and you give him advice and it goes over his head." You do that signal. I'm pretty sure if I were to tell him, "Hey, you can use WhatsApp and it'll be for free," he'd be like, "Hey, Todd."
I love that so much. Randy says, "Shit, let's see what you're saying when we kick your 49ers ass." And he's talking to
because
Mateo.
Mateo all of a sudden took shots 6-11 Jets. I don't know about that either. Listen, Mateo, you got the double curse this year. You got McCaffrey on the Madden cover, and your team lost the Super Bowl. How many times have we watched it outside of the Patriots, a team lose the Super Bowl and not even make the playoffs or get bounced in the first round? There's no way. I will bet my testicles that you guys aren't going back to the Super Bowl.
Careful.
I guarantee it.
Tyler M says, "Hey, check out the Locked On postgame show."
Uh-oh, Matthew. He's making friends with One Jets pod.
The Miami Dolphins, the greatest football team, will win the division this year. Probably. Yeah. He says, if you think a healthy Jets team is going 6-11, you're literally stupid. Tyler says, all of the Neto haters are everydayers for sure. Uh-oh. That'll start something up.
See, this is what happens when your team sucks. The fans attack the fans.
And it's from different platforms, too.
Exactly.
Randy says, the same Miami Dolphins that collapse the division every December, those Miami Dolphins? Anthony says, Trent Rush said, if Mezzo is canceled, head over to Brewery X. Oh, we're going to get him.
Fuck you, Trent.
Darius mentions, come on, Cap, give Neto a break. Wayne and Gooby sure don't.
That's true.
Mateo says, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Ron Washington said we will run down the West.
Yes.
That's good. Grill says, what's okay, that's actually good.
That's pretty funny.
Silent E says, opinion on Japanese third baseman Murakami. Oh, that didn't sound good. Career numbers 273, 396, and 543. Defense is a little shaky this year. He has 11 earned run or errors in 104 games. He's a power hitter. He would fit in very well, though, with the errors. But his best season is 55. That's different, though. That's a different place. 55 home runs. Worst 28 available this year.
I'd say it's like 24 over here, but I'd still take that in a heartbeat.
I want to take the defense, though. I just don't know. Usually, they're Japanese players. They don't play good.
Defense or infield.
Infield.
Yeah, outfield's good.
G-Man Choi comes to mind. They're usually good for pitchers and outfielders, but I'm not being whatever, but I just wouldn't trust that to me. Silent AE was saying would take him over Rendon any day, especially because he's usually healthy every season. But we'll see how he would relate to the American game. That's the only problem.
At this point, I would take someone that's breathing. It's like, geez.
Angel Thera says Broncos?
Yeah.
Gross.
Was that a Bronco fan? Also,
Mateo says the cruise is true. 26 injury. The curse is true. 26 injuries in training camp already for the 49ers. I didn't know that.
26? That's a lot.
Chubb says, fun fact about Dan Marino. He and Tom Brady have a combined Super Bowl 7 Super Bowl rings.
That's pretty good.
Matthew says, we will have it locked up before December.
Oh.
Football time has come.
It is here. With the Angels playing so impressive. I am shocked that our fans have flipped the switch to football. How can you run away from a team that has so many stars on the field? You know, Suarez is pitching good, like I told you he would. We're running down the West. I mean, you could take that check and deposit it tomorrow or yesterday, and we're gonna go to the playoffs. I mean, it's just a matter of time before we clinch.
That sounds like something AM 830 would say.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, I'd really like to cut off this team's jib.
Oh my God. Let's see. So Chubb says, heard of a new Japanese player, power hitter, Bukaki Lee should be a steamy hot free agent in a couple of years. That's a good one. Marty says, hopefully Bodie calls back with an update on his surveillance of Big 20 Down Under.
Uh-oh.
Randy mentions Jermaine Johnson is going to butt-fuck Brock Purdy on Monday Night Football. I just found out that's the first Monday night game. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Matthew says Ron Washington back to the Braves for exchange for
40 deal.
Excuse me. Grill says 49er gang getting banged for sure. Oh yeah, he's an Eagle. Yep. Lil Wayne says He-Man Choi is Korean, not Japanese. Stop being racist. Y'all don't look like. I'm sorry, Lil Wayne. My bad. It's not as weird. You've seen worse here.
Yes, yeah.
J-Dog won't forget walking into the Angels team store in 2022 and seeing those Squid.
Imagine if was there Squid shirts?
I don't remember those.
I haven't.
I would have burned those.
Yeah.
Randy says Miami has never had the division locked up before December, especially under Tua. And even if you do win the division, you're 0-23 in the last 23 years in the postseason.
That is tough.
I didn't know that. Joshua says, "How about hockey season?
Go Ducks.
That'll eventually come."
Yeah, at some point.
Grill says, "Eagles win it all, and you could take that to the bank and
No,
deposit it."
let's not. Let's not.
Mateo says, "I have to say it. Playoffs? Are we talking about playoffs? Are you kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Angels in playoffs get along like this.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
He says, "I honestly think the Dodgers are going to try to get him and the young flamethrower Roki Sasaki keep building that Japanese market because these two players are huge over there." I'm trying to remember the Mariners had a guy with the last name, the pitcher Sasaki. I remember someone like that in the 2000s, but
I thought we were going to get Oroku Saki. Isn't that Shredder from the Turtles?
Oh, it's teenage. I've never seen that.
Yeah, see. So that's just
I've never seen it. Grill says balls, and James is a racist, typical Raider fan. Isn't it opposite? Cap says for sure Walsh should be on the Braves, plane ride back to Atlanta. Good riddance. That would be something. He's
That
like,
would be.
I'm done. Teamer 20, shout out to you. Bills are taking the AFC East.
I don't know about that.
Emilio Ramirez says 14 Deos today. Absolutely ludicrous. ATL.
I thought that was more Deos than 14. I mean,
It just feels like it.
it felt like there was 14 before the game started.
Shout out Outcast, by the way, since they're playing Atlanta.
Mhm.
Randy says the Jets hat just shows the rest of the league is scared. Keep trembling pussies.
I
Boy.
just wish the Jets would sign Kaepernick already.
Emilio says Mariners pitcher is Hisaki Iyonyama.
Hisashi
Hasashi
Ikwama. I don't know. I'm just trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
They had what was that dude, the catcher back in like the late 2000s? I forget that dude's name, but he came over from there.
I'm not even going to say what Marty said. Jeez.
Oh my goodness. J Doc says the only thing that's being taken to the bank and being deposited is number 6, $34 million check for sitting on the couch.
Yes.
Before the taxes. Oh no, that's during the no, I don't know. Balls and day.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and balls and
Amazing you put that together. Randy says Buffalo, I can't say anything about, but they've taken a roster hit and now Matt Milano is gone for the year. He was clutch for them in their linebacking corp. Jay says I'm on broken chair watch. Will another one be broken soon?
No, I got
here.
I got a computer chair.
Maybe me.
Yeah.
I'm the next one. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. J Dog says with every day, part of me dies, and I think that's fitting. Matthew says Rodgers needs to get past the set of downs. Oh my goodness, the AFC East.
I think Randy's
Trash
made a
talk.
new friend.
A couple of them here.
I will say this: I've known Matthew since 6th grade, and that's another one I've known since 6th grade.
That's right.
And he has never wavered from the Dolphins. So he was a Braves fan back then too. So I will give him credit. He's never wavered.
Especially that one year where they went 1-15. And they barely beat the Ravens that year.
Yeah.
That must have been hard going through that. Marty says, I hope one day some kid who tries to steal third base and doesn't make it on time. That would be real entertainment. I love that too. The fact that they put down the last seconds, but they kind of
they walk closer to the kid too.
That too.
I wish they would run away from the kid. That would be hilarious. Like he's trying his hardest. He's still got 3 seconds, and then they're just running away. Like, no, you're not going to get the base. Damn it. That would be hilarious.
Chubb says, should the Angels trade for the Rockies pitching prospect Buster Hyman? Could be a breakout star for our environment. Let's create him on the show with all these names.
That we should.
Matt says Mr. Rogers should get his own show instead of football. Wonder which woman he will move to next. Want to see my penis? Rogers learning from Favre. What was her name? Jen Sturgeon.
Yeah,
that one he sent the dick pic to. I've seen her recently too. She looks the same. Randy says Miami needs to get past the cold temperatures first. I remember they were showing during the Chiefs game that coldest game. What was that in the divisional round or
Yeah, they shouldn't have played that
wild
game.
card round.
They shouldn't have played that game.
That was amazing.
That was ridiculous. So we're getting into football. So at this
get out of
moment, let's get into some scores, shall we?
Yes. Let's see. Let's put this on. I think the Mariners and the Pirates played each other today. Yeah,
that was
and
the first
Pirates,
game, right?
Yeah, Pirates won 7-2. The Mariners fall back now, I think, to 4 games out of first place of Houston, if you can believe that.
Yeah, the way this season started, bro, to see where Houston's at is ridiculous. They're 10 games over 500, and yes, they are 4 games over Seattle, and the Angels are tied for last at 53-70.
And I did mention the Astros were not going to lay down and die. They were going to come back and make it interesting. The Tiger.
Real quick before you move on, sorry to interrupt, but in the American League, there's only one team with a worse run differential than the Angels, which is the White Sox are minus 256, and the Angels are minus 109. Let's see, the highest run differential is 117 for the Yankees, and then in the National League, I think we're sitting at fourth lowest run differential. That means we suck with runners in scoring position because Miami's at a minus 168 and Colorado's at a minus 198.
Jesus. That's amazing. The Tigers defeat the Yankees 4-0. That means with the Orioles winning today, we'll see about that. But the Orioles are 1 game back of the Yankees. Excuse me, for first in that AL East. That's going to be a fun thing.
Oh yeah.
The Cubs and Jays played today at Wrigley. It was 3-2 Chicago. The Rays defeated the Diamondbacks 6-1. That propelled the Padres over the Diamondbacks for the first wildcard spot. That keeps going back and forth. A lot of fun. The Mets trying to stay in it. They defeat the Marlins today, shut them out 4-0 at Citi Field. The Phillies get back on the winning track. They defeat the Nationals 5-1. The Royals had fun today. Crown them. They won 13-1 over Cincinnati. 5-1, the Red Sox defeat Baltimore, and that's why Baltimore still won out of the AL East lead. The Twins and Rangers played each other in Texas, and the Twins won 5-2. That's important because you look at the Twins; they're only 2 back of who?
Twins are 2 back of the shit fucks.
Yeah, Kansas City 4 games out. Of course, the Twins and Royals hold the 2 wildcard spots, I believe.
And you know the Royals are licking their chops right now. They're like, man, if we could just win this last game, we got the freaking Angels next.
We're going to get right.
We're going to be in first place before this series is over.
Get it right and get it tight. The Giants and A's in Oakland for the last time this series, tomorrow, by the way. The A's did win 2-0. I'm interested to see how many people showed up for that game, and especially tomorrow. And I thought it was BS. John Fisher raised the ticket prices for that last game in Oakland. There was 37,551 folks at that Bay Bridge series game in Oakland. I'm interested to see what a day game will do tomorrow. The Astros continue their winning ways. They defeat the Chicago White Sox. Total opposites here. The Astros win 6-1. The Dodgers lose to the Cardinals in St. Louis 5-2. I mean, the Raiders lose 5-2, and I was watching some of that today. The Brewers defeat the Guardians 2-1, and that game is important for both because Milwaukee is 10 games ahead of St. Louis in that NL Central, and of course the Guardians or the shitfucks are 2 games ahead of Minnesota. The Padres get an important win after losing yesterday 8-3 over Colorado, and no matter what, home or away, the Padres struggle with the Rockies. I think it's that dinger, dumbass dinosaur for Colorado. By the way, Dylan Cease got the win. He's 12-9. I forget what he is. Him and Chris Sale are tied for something. I think it's strikeouts this year.
Yeah, Dylan
in the
Cease.
National League.
Yeah,
it's amazing to see those two, especially Sale. But you look at Dylan Cease go from the White Sox to the Padres, and instantly he's rejuvenated. It's amazing in both of those categories there. Okay, so looking at standings quickly, the National League East, Phillies are up 8 games on, Atlanta, 9 games over the Mets. You have the Brewers again leading the Cardinals by 10. The Dodgers, their slim lead of 2 over the Padres and 3 of the Diamondbacks, if you can believe that. The AL West mentioning the Astros 4 games ahead of those Seattle Mariners, 11 now games the Rangers are back of. The Angels and the Oakland A's are tied for 4th place or last for the AL West there. Looking at the Yankees 1 game ahead of Baltimore. And again, the Guardians are 2 ahead of Minnesota. Now, the wild card standings, and Baltimore has the first one by 3.5 over Minnesota for first place there. Minnesota 2 games ahead of the Kansas City Royals for the second spot. Royals have that 3rd spot by 2.5 over the Boston Red Sox, and it's been amazing to see the Red Sox still stay in it. I heard Luis Garcia is not having a good time there in Boston, and I know he's struggled pretty much ever since. But the team still win. I'm looking at the streaks here. The Twins and Royals keep mirroring each other. They both have 3 wins each, and they battled each other, I think, during the week. I was watching a couple of their games, and I think the Royals took 2 out of 3 in Minnesota.
Yeah,
it was very important. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Minnesota took 2 out of 3 in Minneapolis. Mariners are 5.5 back, but that's pretty much out of it. And it's amazing too because they acquired Rosarena, and you thought, oh, they're going to catapult, but they go as J-Rod goes
and Justin Turner.
Yeah, and Justin Turner there is now. The Padres lead the first wild card spot by a game over the Diamondbacks. They're in second, and the Braves, who we mentioned tonight, hold the 3rd wild card spot only by a game to the Mets. Think about it, the Mets were dead.
Yeah.
In the first 2 or 3 months, and all of a sudden they're in it. St. Louis and San Francisco are both tied 4 games out of the 3rd wild card spot.
I think that's wishful thinking for them.
After a while, but yeah, credit to the Mets for staying in it. That's pretty cool to see that they had a little help from that Grimace, I guess, and the Haktua girl, as somebody mentioned last night.
A few more comments before we get out of here.
Yeah, Chubbs mentions never forget that that fan in Colorado was saying the N-word. No. He didn't say the N-word. He said dinger, not.
Oh, geez.
Mario said, I rode out to Mezzo after bike night at Lifestyle Chopper. You boys weren't there. Did I have the wrong day or something? Or did something happen?
We had issues tonight. Let's just say that.
Marty mentioned real quick, wow, Oakland game bigger crowds than here. That's nuts. That's because all the Giant fans came over for one last time, and they quickly went back to the San Francisco. Milo mentions, actually, Chubbs, I think the Angels should hire Penn State's hitting coach, Hugh G. Rex. Jerry Sandusky. Yes. Chubbs, excuse me, says he's a good coach. Has put up with stiff competition most of his career, really hardened and battle tested.
Yeah, he's a fan of eugenics. Okay. So
she'll like it too.
Yeah.
I love that.
So with that being said, here tonight, final thoughts on the 11-3 loss to the Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves. It's amazing to see them all the years that they're on TBS, and now I get to catch them on MLB.TV. But it shows that they can still get a win no matter the injuries they have, and they have a bunch. Chris Sale, with his 10 strikeout performance, he looks like, a 2015 Chris Sale when he was really dominant, and he's back with it. The Angels just kept, again, chasing his bad stuff and then chasing the high stuff in on him. The Angels just never got anyone home, it seemed like, other from, the 6th inning on. So we saw some crazy plays, Seinfeld shirt on the umpire, but that home run was wild off of the railing that the bullpen has. That was crazy too. You never thought that would happen. I'm expecting tomorrow Charlie Morton has a good outing. Hopefully Jack Kohanowitz will have a good one too, but I'm worried he's going to leave the ball up to, Asuna, Olsen in a day game.
Especially Olsen, yeah.
I'm going to say it right now. I think Olsen has 2 home runs tomorrow. And the Braves, I'm going to say win 8-3. And I think they take the series, and I think that would be all. But hey, thank you for having me here. It's always a pleasure to come back here. And, I can't wait to do it again at Mezzo or Noble. And,
That'll be soon.
Again, and shout out to all the sponsors. Believe, where you can listen to us on the podcast forum, the shows there. Of course, I'm on James Squared. I got to take a listen to myself. I know it sounds weird, but change some stuff around. I know Todd did a great interview with Ben Joyce, and I know he's become kind of the toast of the town lately with his miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
To see that in person was pretty cool on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
To get the 5-out save there. But, I enjoyed my time here. It was fruitful. It was just great. So thank you again, Todd.
Oh, appreciate it. I got a couple things before I get out of here, and appreciate you coming down and being a part of the show, James. Always love it. Check him out on James Squared. You gotta love this guy's stuff. Whether he goes solo or with Malou. So it just depends on their schedule. But I want to say that I heard Lombardi scream this when he found out about the run differential. I mean, this is one of the worst. I
never even noticed it, honestly.
I didn't think their run differential is clearly worse than what it was last year.
What the hell's going on out here?
I don't know, Vince. I really don't. And then, but I will stay positive, like Roger, the propaganda prime minister, aka PP.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
And if you can take one thing from tonight's telecast and put it in your pocket and save it for later, you could take this, because it was shoved down your throat and not your pocket. Yeah, that's basically what you learned for tonight. So with that being said, my man, again, thank you for being a part of the show. We will catch you guys on the flip side probably tomorrow after another loss. So with that being said, we'll play you out on some Savage Garden, and then the whole like and subscribe if you haven't already. Love you guys. Take it easy.
I will be strong, I will be faithful.